Welcome to More Organised, Less Clutter, a podcast to empower individuals and neurodivergent families with practical, realistic tools to create a more organised, sensory-friendly, clutter-free and intentional home that works with your lifestyle and brain, not against it. I'm Narelle King, a professional organiser and neurodivergent mum who understands the unique challenges of family life. I help people just like you simplify your space, build sustainable organisational systems and create more breathing room physically and mentally. Every fortnight, you'll hear solo episodes and guest conversations filled with practical strategies on decluttering, home organisation, routines for neurodivergent families, mindful living, and how to build a home that feels safe, calm, and functional. You'll walk away with actionable takeaways you can implement even if you only have 10 minutes to spare. How would your week feel if life admin didn't run you because you had a simple system that's neurodivergent friendly doing the heavy lifting for you? What would you change if your calendar, tasks, and forms finally lived in one place? And what if time felt visible, manageable, and out of your head and into a system that actually sticks? Today on the podcast episode, it is all about life admin, organisation and neurodivergence. I'm breaking down the essential 5 tools every family needs: capture, calendar, tasks and projects, quick reference and archive, and collaboration. We'll talk about the time management and the tools you need that bring your schedule out of your phone and head but into view. And by the end, you'll know exactly which tools you're missing and how to avoid app or planner overload. So if you're a parent juggling school pickups, meetings, work, busy life, or someone with maybe ADHD trying to manage time in a world that runs on clocks and reminders, this episode is for you. Thanks for joining me for today's solo episode, where I'll be discussing a topic that hits close to home for most of us: life admin and organisation. And I'm also going to touch on neurodivergence and how some of these tools will help you. I'm also going to break down the 5 essential tools every family needs so that you can work out which ones you're missing and where you have double ups. And you need one tech or one no tech option for each of these 5 tools. Our first tool is capture. So this is where you need to have a place to grab the ideas, tasks, notes, even photos, and put them somewhere. You don't want them just to be in your brain or just maybe stored on your phone. You need to have a system so that you're going to be able to go and get it every time you need it. We're going to refine it down to one tech capture tool. And so things to consider when you're looking for a tech capture tool: easy to search for what it is you're looking for across all devices. You're going to be able to have access from, say, an iPad, a phone, but also a desktop. You also want it to be cloud-based so that you can access it anywhere, because if it is a no-tech option and you've left your diary somewhere or you've left your sticky notes somewhere at home, you're not going to have them when you're out and about. Ideally, we do want to have one tech option. So my work tech capture tool that I use is actually Google Drive. So that's my main place that I store everything I use. I have now started using a CRM, which is ServiceMate. So when we go out to clients, we can access this anywhere. We can capture photos at clients' homes. We can write our notes straight into this. We can use all of that in the one place. I still use reminders now and then because that's what I used to use. So I'm still getting used to transferring that into ServiceMate when I go for a meet and greet with a client and I need to add things that we need to do and also measurements that maybe I've taken. The family tech capture tool that I use is Quickie Sticky. It's like a little widget that I have in the corner of my phone. So anything that comes into my head, I put it straight into Quickie Sticky. And then when I actually come home or I've got time somewhere and I can sit down, I'll move those things into a to-do list, or maybe it's adding it to the calendar. And we've adopted Skylight as our place to put all of our things. And I'll go into each one of those, the details that we've changed to with the Skylight and what you can use it for. My no-tech capture tool is my diary. So I use the Curation Diary, which is a St. Balfour diary, and I've been using this for, I think, 6 years now. And so I find it really difficult to just completely get rid of it, take it everywhere with me. But I do understand that if I left it at a client's house or I left it somewhere, it is not going to be with me all the time, possibly when I really need it. This is still my no-tech, but it's one place, it's one notebook, and then I'll move it into those other tech capture tools that I have. Number 2 is a calendar. We have a calendar to plan our time, organize our commitments, and also to be able to communicate with your family what's going on. I know for neurodivergent brains, they often struggle, like myself, with the abstract of time. So sequencing tasks or remembering what's happening this week. And this is something I definitely will forget if I don't see a pop-up reminder, especially like maybe around like school forms or events the kids are going to. So reminders will definitely help within your calendar. Things to look for a tech calendar tool is that it's digital. Also has that ability to be shared across multiple people, because the world's moving too fast for us to just have our one little physical calendar. We definitely need, as a family, to have some sort of digital shared calendar. It needs to have cloud storage. Like I said before, if you leave your calendar, diary, planner somewhere, you're not going to have it with you. Maybe you still use a calendar that you write in the little squares. That is great, but then you're not going to have it everywhere. So if you need to change appointments, you are going to need somewhere to capture that to then take it back and change it. The other function I think is really important is having reminders. And for me, that is absolutely essential, whether you set the reminder for 15 minutes before your appointments, 24 hours before. It should have that within the actual calendar that you're going to use that's digital. It needs to also be able to access on app and desktop, and the versions need to work together. I know there's like the 3 main ones is Google Calendar, Outlook, and iCal. So just making sure that you are using the same version on all of your devices, because I do find that sometimes people will have an iPhone and use the calendar on there, but they use their Google Calendar for everything else, and then it just gets mixed up. If you are going to use a calendar, you want to make sure that it's going to integrate with other calendars as well. We have the digital calendar display is our skylight, like I mentioned before. And this is not a paid promotion. This is just something that we've started using, and I found it amazing. It has helped to bring all of our schedules into view, integrates my service mate into it. It also integrates my Google Calendar, my husband's Google Calendar, and also my kids have been able to access it and add their calendars into it as well. It has then replaced the whiteboard, which has also reduced extra steps. I don't need to now look at the calendar and then write it on a whiteboard. This skylight display shows it. It's big, it's bright, it's coloured, and it's a smart device, which, our kids are growing up in a digital world, so they're more inclined to look at that than they were of our whiteboard. It can sit on the bench, which we have done, or it could be wall mounted. And it just shows what's coming up. It's a really nice looking device. We actually have it set up with photos, so you have to press it to actually see the calendar. So it also means our calendar is not on view like it used to be on the whiteboard for just anyone to see. So it has a touch screen. You can actually add events straight to the device from either an email or maybe it's a photograph as well. It will automatically put those in on the dates for you, which I think is really fantastic. It also has a to-do list and chore charts. It's really in your face, and the visual reminders are really ideal for me when you struggle with object permanence as well. Number 3 tool is tasks and projects. So generally you might have a project and then you might have a single task that you need for it. You may just have a few tasks that aren't attached to a project. You're turning those ideas into action. You need to have a word that's going to trigger you to actually do that task. So call someone, email, or maybe it's go to a shop to pick something up. A project is going to have multiple steps to do this. My work tech tasks and project tool that I use is Google Drive. I have used other ones, Trello and Asana, but I found for me now, Google Drive is just the easiest. It has that capability of being able to tag other people that can do the tasks. And we actually use the Google site part of it as well, which has been fantastic to actually then put all of our safety guides and all of the training in together. The family tech capture tool that we use is now our Skylight. As I said before, it has that to-do list, and you can have several. So we have one for medication, for when people are needing their scripts updated. We have the to-do list, things that we need to do when we're out and about. And then there's the grocery list. And then there's things that we maybe need to do around the home. So you can break up your to-do list according to where you're going to be doing those tasks. The other thing we do have is also still a Google Drive, and that's linked to obviously our Google Calendar. And no tech capture tool that I use is my Curation St. Balfour diary, which I mentioned before. A couple of things to think about when you're looking for a tech option to manage your tasks and project. Does it allow you to add like a start and a due date on it? Can it be like a reoccurring task? And does it have multiple views? So on your desktop, as well as maybe on an app on your mobile phone. Fourth area is quick reference and archives. This is a holding point to store your documents, notes, and files that you'll need again. And you can find them easily another day when you need to action them or maybe archive them. There are some no-tech options, and this might be a magazine holder. Or, for example, in my car, I have a clear A4 holder, and that is where I put receipts as I'm traveling. I have two, one for home things and one for also work. My other no-tech capture tool for our quick reference and archives is also a filing cabinet. It's really small. It has 2 drawers, but that is where everything will go that we still need to keep, but we don't need to do anything with. So this might be like our wedding certificate, birth certificates, passports. They stay in a filing cabinet. My work tech quick reference and archive is all online. I actually don't have a no tech option for that. It's Google Drive and also ServiceMate. And my family tech quick reference and archive tool is Google Drive. That's the only one I use. Everything else is stored in there. It's a separate one from my business, and there's a different one for our family stuff so that my husband has access to it as well. So it's not all on just one person. We share it across both of us. A couple of things to consider when you're looking for a quick reference and archive tool to use that's tech. Is it easy to search? Does it allow for tags and folders? Because this is going to help with organizing it and also searchability. And does it sync and include your version histories? That's one of the things I like about Google Drive, because you can see the different additions that you've added to a document. Number 5 in our tools for organizing admin is collaborate. And this is probably one of the most important. It's like how we can work together, how we can communicate, how we can edit things, assign things, and track everything together. So this is obviously in a work situation, you're with colleagues or employees, whereas at home, we also need to collaborate. It might be with our kids, our partner. It could even be extended family. So you may have grandparents who pick up your kids from school or from some of their sporting events. Having some collaboration with those people is going to also help. It needs to be accessed by my husband and myself anywhere. I'm not the sole keeper of everything like I was in the past. Now that we've moved to digital, it means that we can now both access things everywhere, anytime. And it also means that we now have probably a more shared division of labour across the life admin that we have. My work tech collaboration tool is Google Drive and ServiceMate, which is with my clients as well as my team, whereas my family tech collaboration tool at now is through Skylight, but the other one is 1Password. So we have all our passwords and any other information that we need is right there in front of us. That's including like license number, passport numbers, all of that. If you need to fill in a form anywhere, you can access it straight away from 1Password, which is our password manager, but it also allows you to add documents. A no-tech collaboration tool is folders, which we use at our house. Now, there's a couple of folders that we still have. I sort of break my folders down into groups. There's reference lists, which are recommendations and ideas. This I probably have put more onto my phone now under my reminders. And this is things like a wish list, like Christmas gift list, recommendations of podcasts and books, and also like recommendations of therapists or services for my kids, restaurants, accommodation, and even some recipes. Now, the other lists that I have are checklists, and these are reminders to help you know what to do when there's reoccurring activities for things like our holiday packing. So when we're going away, we've got one for camping, but we've also got one for travel, and we've got one for travel on a plane. I will print those out and everyone can use it to make sure they've got everything they need for our trip away. Another one is prepping the house, what the things are that we need to do around the house before we go away on a holiday. And then I have one for the dog sitter and what they need to do and things about our dog that they need to know. I hope by sharing these 5 essential admin tools every family really needs, you can now work out which tools you're missing, and are you maybe using several tools for just one category, and can we consolidate it to one? So think about having one primary tool per category to just help reduce friction. If you found these 5 tools useful, please share the episode with a friend. Thanks for listening to More Organised, Less Clutter. Sick of stepping on blocks at bedtime, hunting for dolls' shoes, puzzle pieces, and spending 20 minutes packing away the same pile of toys every night? Our toy organisation 4-step system will help you cut down on toy clutter, set up zones that spark independent play, and create storage that kids can easily maintain. Let's create a calmer, more organised playroom that makes cleanups quick and easy and under 5 minutes. Head to simplyhappy.com.au and click on the resources tab to get instant access today. I'd like to acknowledge the Wathaurong people of the Kulin Nation on which this podcast is recorded as the traditional custodians of the land. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.